Well, they lost, but looks like Cleveland's going to lose too, so the Magic number is going to go down to 1. And all they have to do is win one more game tomorrow or Sunday, or Cleveland lose one of their games, and then they get home field advantage the whole time in the postseason. So, and again, it's good that they rested Judge, Stanton, and Wells. A couple guys, much needed days off, and they already won the division. So, Ohtani 54, 57, good for him. Good for him. Yeah, good for him. But again, there was no Judge, no Stanton, or no Wells in the lineup, so they have to rest him at this point. We gotta get him sharp. We don't want him getting cold in the postseason, and we need him sharp. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out. We got McMahon, we got Stephen B, Frankie Fam, Lou, D Train, Buckeye, Jonathan, Bonnie B. What is happening, gang? Yeah. So, Houston was up 5-0, I think. Let's see. Where is the score? Astros. Yeah, they're up 5-0 in the bottom of the 8th. I mean, they're in the bottom of the 8th. The bases are loaded for the Guardians. So, we'll see what happens there. 5-0 is 5-0. There are 2 outs, though. So that's that. McMahon, J. Palvis, DM. Yeah. Well, we could still have the best record, DM. There's still 2 more games left, so. Frank, it's a good question. I think if they clinch home field, they'll rest Soto. So, I think that, yeah, I mean, I got to rest. I got to rest them. So, yeah, I mean, we got, we're firing on this, pretty much all the cylinders right now. So, this is okay. And the guy that I talked about, that people got on me about, Brian Reynolds, hit 2 home runs against the Yankees tonight. As the only guy I would have traded Jason Dominguez for like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, I wasn't worried about this game either, Brandon. It would be nice to win, but Cleveland's losing, so it's fine. And they got to rest some guys. I mean, they haven't rested these guys much, so they need a couple days rest. Yeah, well, exactly. Get Grisham some reps, get Oswaldo some reps. Oswaldo had that key double. So, he's a beast. Chapman's always been jacked. He's always been hitting the weights. I've seen some footage of him doing some crazy weight training sessions. He's a beast. You heard the Mets will out for the who heard that from who, Frankie? Heard it from who? Who's your source? Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Twins, oh yeah, the Twins are done. The Tigers are still. Them and the Royals, right? They're still in the hunt. Boston's done. Twins are done. But it's nice to see these, some other divisions more competitive now. Extra teams being competitive. So that's nice to see. The expanded playoff format's definitely making more teams competitive. We play Baltimore in the first round. Clint, I don't know yet. Depends on if we get the number 1 seed or not. It really depends. It's gonna once all the brackets finalized, I'll go over each bracket and I'll do my predictions for each bracket and stuff like that. I just want to wait for it to be finalized. It's not all finalized just yet. So yeah, Cleveland did lose, right? They lose now or they're losing? Something like that. Yeah, the new playoff format. Yep. It's 5-0 in the end. The Yankees over, so they're going into the 9th, so that's good. We hold the tie over Cleveland. Good. We face Scooble Sunday. Who faces Scooble, Lou? A talking point that says Soto goes to the Mets for a penny. These people are crazy. Wow. Struck out with the bases loaded. Dang. That stinks. Hit the like buttons, gang. Hello, Tiffany. How are you? Yeah, Paul Skeens is on the mound tomorrow, so that'll be fun. I would expect Judge to be back in the game tomorrow, and probably Stanton and probably Wills. So, and I'm looking forward to seeing Paul Skeens, what he can do against Yankees in Yankee Stadium. So, be kind of cool. Kind of cool. Doing well, Tiffany. Doing well. Looking forward to the weekend. Get my morning workout tomorrow. So, yeah. There's a lot. There's been Mets propaganda for a long time now that the Mets are going to outbid the Yankees, this and whatever. Like, whatever. Well, they'll probably do something, John. I mean, they clinched last night, John. So they clinched the AL East. So, they will have a week to rest, but they're gonna have to stay somewhat sharp. They're gonna have to stay somewhat. Yeah, I figured it was a joke, Buck. That's a good one. I see Morales. I said it for years now. Brian Reynolds would look good in pinstripes. Yeah. Scooble is when the Tigers. He doesn't pick his pitch with the Pirates. The Mets, the Mets are losing and the Braves won today. So, yeah, I would, Stephen, exactly. I would put Birdie in there tomorrow too. I hear you, Lou. We got Skeens. They face Skeens tomorrow. So, Skeens, imagine that at Yahoo. It'd be kind of crazy if that happened. If he plays this well, he's good. He's very good. Yep. The Tigers. I'll pull this up here. Tigers. Let's see. The Mets are losing 6-2 in the sixth. The Orioles are up 3-0. Dodgers are up 10-2. Right? Tigers won 4-1. Beat the White Sox. The Royals lost 3-0. So now standings. Let's pull up the standings now. Standings, playoffs. It's Baltimore, Detroit, and Kansas City still. Detroit's up a game on Kansas City now. Kansas City is up 2.5 on Minnesota. So it looks like at this point, it's probably going to be the Royals, the Tigers, and the Orioles. The National League, the Padres, Arizona, and the Mets are tied, and the Braves are only half a game behind. So the Braves could still knock out either the Mets or Arizona. This one's going to go right down to the wire. Right down to the wire. AJ Hinch, yeah, Morales, yeah. Could outbid. They didn't say they will outbid. Right. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying they could outbid. The Yankees could outbid the Mets too if they want. No. A lot of people think he's just going to blow everybody away. He's got to re-sign Pete Alonso. They can overpay Soto, but if they lose Pete Alonso, that sucks for them. No. And I think they're losing their they have like a massive tax break, which they lose after this year. So they're not going to be as financially aggressive, most likely, this offseason. So they're going to be strategic, I think. The Pirates DFA'd Rowdy Tellez. Yeah, I saw that. That's dirty. 4 at-bats short of a $300K bonus, which is, that's dirty, man. I think that's messed up. I think the Mets are going to sign Anthony Santander and maybe Corbin Burns. That's what I think the Mets are going to do, Lorenzo. I think Alonso leaves the Mets probably for the Astros or Cubs or a team like that. That's what I think. Arizona's losing 4-0 already. Wow. My gosh. Yeah, it's a 1 p.m. game or afternoon game. So, exactly. And to me, there's going to be so many people, probably just like so many beat writers said the Yankees were going to win 70 something games and be a fourth place team this year. They were all wrong. We had channels peddling this trash too. YouTube channels. All wrong. Every one of them. And they rode the whole Bash Boone, Bash Cashman train all year. All of them wrong. Dead wrong. Yeah, I mean, if I'm the Yankees, John, I would bring in one of their minor league teams or something like that. That's what I would do. Play a simulated game with them once or twice. If one of their minor league teams are out are out of the playoffs now or something, I would bring them in and play a couple simulated games to stay in game mode. That way, instead of just missing a whole entire week. Judge and Soto actor. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, chemistry here is fantastic. Soto and Judge, and who's he? Who's he going to be that way with the Mets? Gunnar Henderson for what position, Mr. O'Brien? Yeah, Soto's just low key. Yeah, Soto's low key. Got fired, Boone and Cashman for losing. That's just that's the modus operandi for so many people who have nothing else but talking points. So it's just pitiful. The Tigers clinched the playoffs, so there you go. So now it's the Royals, right? The Royals that are left. So Scotty Frost being the postseason over Clay Holmes. I think he'll be in there, but not over Clay Holmes. I think he'll be there over probably Tim Mesa. That's my guess. Or over Clayton Beater or something like that. They have to go back down to 26 for the postseason, so they have a couple of tough decisions they're going to have to make over the next week. Yeah, happy Friday to you too, man. Happy Friday, John the Beagle Pad. Yeah, Demon D is in the building, man. Tigers face the Orioles. Oh, man. Come on, Tigers. Beat up on the O's. So if that's the case, then the Royals face the Astros? Is that right? Or the Indians face it? I don't know. I heard Cashman. Where'd you hear that from, Siciliano? Where'd you hear that he was going to aim in? You would get rid of Volpe for Gunnar Henderson, Mr. O'Brien? Why? I do think Judge will, talk to Soto and tell him how he really wants him to stay. And so I think they're going to pull out the full court press on him. I think they're going to fall. They'll probably get Jeter involved. They'll probably get some other guys involved. So no doubt. Gunnar, yeah, Gunner's all right, but personally, I'll stick with Volpe. Oh, I know, John. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Gunnar on the same draft. Volpe up. Yeah, I'm telling you, it has that feel too, Demon D. The 2009 feel. So I really do feel that. Asked about Udall. What's up, man? Since the bats not getting things done, but the bats are leading to more. Well, he's in. I mean, there's a learning curve that Jason. I mean, so many people thought Jason Dominguez was just going to come and just light the world on fire. I don't know why they thought that after just one good week last year or the year before that. So just look at Jackson Holiday. He's a miles ahead of Jason Dominguez as a prospect, and he isn't doing anything in the majors. Nothing. And he's batting like 700 in the minors. Nothing in the majors. Absolutely nothing. It's not even on there. Not even there. Yes, they do, Wink. It's going to be a magic number one in a little bit. The Indians are Guardians, excuse me. Guardians are losing right now. It is they're losing 5-0 in the bottom of the ninth. So the 3 more outs. Trade out. Well, Frank, you can't trade Verdugo for Gunnar Henderson now. Verdugo's going to be a free agent. And there's no way in the world the Orioles would do that. They do. Yeah, they can win, get the best record. New York Times and Bleachers Report. Bleachers Report? Yeah. Interesting. Bregman, huh? I would rather go for Willie Adames, who's also going to be a free agent from the Brewers. If they plan on moving Chisholm over to second, that's what I think. So, yeah, it's tomorrow. It's was it Clark Schmidt versus Paul Skeens? That's gonna be a good game. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly, Morales. They can play, and they might do that if they win tomorrow. Oh, it's Hill versus Skeens tomorrow. Okay, Hill versus Skeens, and then Schmidt on Sunday. Okay. Adames could go to Yankee, could go to Boston. You're right about that, but I don't know if he's gonna play shortstop. They have Trevor Story there, don't they? And then they have Devers at third base. So I don't know where he would play. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of propaganda coming out. Steve, you're absolutely right. Mm-hmm. Ha-Sung Kim, I think you're right too, Dennis. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Willie Adames is a shortstop, but he also plays third. You could move Birdie to third. He's a top defender as well. You have Oswaldo. Yeah, unfortunately, they won't do that, Nathan. They're not going to move Jazz to center because then Jason Dominguez won't be playing. Yeah, Cashman dodged a bullet. I mean, like, Trevor Story's injury prone. Carlos Correa's injury prone. Like, Corey Seager. People are like, oh my God, Cashman's a bum for not signing Corey Seager. He missed the second half of the season with surgery too. So a lot of these guys made $200-300 million, and they're all hurt. All hurt. So I think we can all. I think he wasn't going to hit 5 home runs in 3 games, John. His home run, supposed home run streak is not more important in the playoffs. I mean, I think if fans, if they thought that was more important than getting ready for the playoffs, then they're going to be disappointed. Yeah, Birdie, Peraza, Cabrera, Vivas, Rumfield. Yeah, you have quite a few guys. Cashman dodged Quite a few bullets. Quite a few bullets. He went with Volpe instead of all these guys. So, hmm yeah, he's. I mean, he's got quite a bit of developing to still go. So, you know, yeah. I would pass on Bregman too. I would pass on Bregman. I'm curious to see whether they can. If they trade, I mean, if they send Jazz to second, then it opens up third base. So is it one of these guys, or do they try to trade for Ryan McMahon from the Rockies or one of these other guys? There are options. So I'll be curious to see what they're going to do. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do. But Dominguez is still a developing player. So, I mean, I think at the end of the day, he'll probably wind up being a close to a 300 hitter with probably 25, 30 home runs. But, these Mickey Mantle comparisons are just crazy, in my opinion. Absolutely crazy. And it's unfair to him. Yeah. hmm I can see the same thing, Stephen B. Us trading for more players than we sign. I mean, I think that uh, Jazz is good at third, but his throwing is a little erratic. See Morales, he's better. He's elite at second. So, I mean, that's one of the questions I think that they're gonna have to answer. No. Yeah, I think Rizzo. I mean, I hope we go out with a championship and Rizzo goes out on top here. Goes out a two-time champ. I really hope that's happens this season. So I want Rizzo to get another ring here. It'd be awesome. It'd be absolutely awesome. hmm But I think it's Stephen B. I'm with you. I think it's going to be a busy offseason for the Yankees. I really do. Uh, well, yeah, thankfully we have Anthony Rizzo right there and to scoop up all these wild throws. So Discus Den. By the way, and then my apologies, Discus Den, on the mix-up of the communication the other day. My apologies on that. Thinking it was you and it was someone else. So you were referring to someone else. That's on me. Oswaldo did a nice job. Yes, he did. And I would go after Tanner Scott too in free agency to complement Luke Weaver. And again, the good thing about Tanner Scott is he's not eligible for a qualifying offer because he was traded at the deadline. So it would just cost the Yankees money. It wouldn't cost any draft picks. So that's good. That's really good. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy, John. Like just the situation. Like Verdugo fell off the. I mean, the time for Dominguez should have been earlier this season when Stanton got hurt. He could have come up and been a DH, but then unfortunately Dominguez got hurt at the same time, and then he missed a couple of months. So that I think it threw everything off. But I do think Dominguez will be the starting left fielder uh, in 2025. So I do think that's going to happen. It's all good, Discustan. It's all good. Let's see. I'm glad we got it cleared up, my man. Yeah, everything. I mean, Soto's priority number one. No doubt about it, Quell. I didn't hear that, Joe, but that's kind of cool to know. Soto had to sit down with Helen Steinbrenner to sit down, and Soto said it was really good to see where the ownership stands with me and how I stand with them. That's kind of cool. Where do I think Holmes ends up? I could see Holmes going to a place like the Royals or a team like that, a low key environment where he could kind of, kind of come back to his own. Like Aroldis Chapman, once he left New York, he became, kind of a more relaxed and, more performative version of himself. And he was money tonight against the Yankees in the ninth inning. He was money. We've got 1 year left with Weaver's deal, so that's unless they're gonna extend him, CMB. But yeah, I'm curious to see what that means. I'm fine with them sticking with Weaver as a closer. I would still, what do you call it? Just like to bring in another reliever too. What? The Knicks traded Julius Randle? What? Carl Anthony Towns? Oh my God. Jonathan, are you serious, dude? Look and see if this is true. Oh my God. Yeah. You're right, Jonathan. If you're a Knicks fan, they just got Carl Anthony Towns. Oh, God. Oh, this is crazy. I just texted Hector that because Hector's a huge Knicks fan. See, Jonathan gives us the important information here all across the board. Bregman, I could see him going to Seattle. I could see Bregman going to the Cubs too. Actually, no, not the Cubs because they traded for Isaac Paredes from the Rays. So, I could see Seattle. I could see the Mets. I could see. Not sure where else. Not sure. I think we'll be okay, Mark. I think we'll be okay. Clay Holmes pitched for the Yankees yesterday. Yeah, I think maybe tonight too. Tonight? Yesterday. He pitched well. He's pitching well in lower pressure situations. So, yeah, Dennis. Yeah, it could be the Angels too. Yeah, they got to get rid of Rendon, man. And like with regards to Soto, the Yankees have almost 100 million coming off the book. Let's say Soto takes half of that. Let's just say he makes 50 million a year, right? And the Yankees are going to get like if they go from Rizzo 17 million to Ben Rice 700K, they just saved $16 million. If they go from Verdugo 9 or 10 million to Dominguez 700K, they just saved another 10 million, almost 9. So if they go from Gleyber Torres 14 million to Jazz Chisholm, it makes like 6. Save another 8 million. They're saving chunks of money in a bunch of different areas. So which is good. Which is good. Soto and 3 nannies. See Morales. I would, I would not be surprised if the Mets picked up Clay Holmes, and he turned out to be pretty decent for them. We might have to send Luca Brasi. Buckeye. That's a good idea. 5-2 Houston, 2 outs. All right, man. Get one more out, and the Yankees' magic number's 1 for the very last thing that they can clinch. You send Luca Brasi, either your brains or the ink is going on this paper. Boone's thinking a couple of the key guys need a day's rest. Got to get ready for the playoffs. They've already clinched, the AL East, so they're in. Tanner Scott, I think is a big, a big one. Why didn't they trade Chapman? That's a good question, Qual. I'm not sure. Oh, Randall, yeah, yeah. What's Bleacher Report saying, Marcus? Yeah, yeah. I mean, if that trade is official, that's a big trade for the Knicks. I have a couple people telling me they think Bregman's going to re-sign with the Astros too. He's just got Boris Client, so you know. hmm Bichette from Toronto to the Jays and have him play. So that'd be interesting. Keep Jazz at third and have um, Bichette second. So keep Towns for Randall and Dante DiVincenzo's moving. One of the Villanova boys, Marcus, would be going to. Deal is close. Let's see. Yeah, Knicks closing in on trade for Karl Anthony Towns. All right, it's not official yet, but it looks like it's going to happen. Um, I knew that they were going to make another one. You add him to Mikal Bridges, like that's. Yeah, the Wolves and Knicks are close to a blockbuster deal that would send Karl Anthony Towns to New York. The Knicks package would center around Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo, according to the Athletics Shankers and Tom Kuryaski. The two parties are still working through the details, but have intensified over the last 24 hours. My guess is there going to be some draft picks involved in this too. The addition of Towns would give the Knicks more flexibility with their lineup, but would come at a large long-term cost in terms of payroll. We'll see, but they're definitely going for it. The Knicks, that's for sure. All good, Mark Wilson, man. You're right about that. If Randall goes to Minnesota, he's gonna need a chinchilla coat. He's gonna need like the Rocky Balboa bomber. It's so freaking cold over there. Yeah, the White Sox are the new kings of futility. Huh? I don't have to admit anything, Will. The Yankees won. He pitched great. Cole pitched great. The Yankees won. No, they were both slicing and dicing each other's team's hitters, but we got to the Orioles bullpen. So yeah, the Knicks trade away draft picks for Bridges too. Yeah. If Luis Robert, where would Luis Robert play, Lord? Yeah, I mean, I don't think Chapman's coming back to the Yankees. That's for sure. All right, the Astros won 5-2. All right. All right. Well, there it is. Magic number one now for the Yankees. Chapman, no. Center field. Who's your center fielder now? I don't know. Do you guys have enough for Luis Robert? You're going to have to give him to Kyle Tucker or something like that. You want Luis Robert. You don't have the draft picks. I mean, the prospects to get him. Dr. C, Yankees lost 4-2, but um, the Guardians just lost. So the magic number now to clinch home field advantage for the Yankees is one game. You got Paul Skeens on the mound tomorrow against Luis Hill. So tomorrow will be a fun game, 1 p.m. afternoon game. We did clinch the American League, Nelson. You clinched the division yesterday. You don't clinch the American League until you go to the World Series, Nelson. Home field advantage, they all have to do is win one more game. Or Cleveland has to lose one more game and they're in home field advantage. So Boone was thinking he has to rest some of the guys, Nelson. Some of these guys need rest for the postseason. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Thank you, Astros, for beating the Cleveland Guardians tonight. Yeah. Yeah. I think I would be shocked if the Yankees don't either win one of these two games or Guardians don't lose one of the two games. That's the only thing that needs to happen for the Yankees to not get home field advantage for the entire postseason. They would be the 2 seed in the American League, and the Guardians would be number 1 seed. And that's it. Otherwise, the Yankees going to be the 1 seed, and the Guardians will be the 2 seed. And Detroit clinched tonight too, so you know it's really solidifying. There's still one more spot, so you're not going to get Luis Robert for that, Willard. Sorry, you're going to have to give him Tucker probably. And Tucker's going to be a free agent anyway, so that's not enough. Those guys aren't good enough for Luis Robert. Yeah, I'd like to beat Skeens tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Don't know yet, Yahoo. The brackets have not been finalized yet. We don't know if the Royals are still in, the Tigers are in, so there's still some spots to be um, solidified, and we don't know if the Yankees are going to be the 1 seed or the 2 seed. So the brackets have not been finalized just yet at Yahoo. Not sure. Now the Yankees are good against the Guardians, so but this playoff's not going to be that easy. Number of games until what? Well, the first round is 3 of 5. Well, that's the division series. The wild card round happens first, and the Yankees have a bye in that. Um, yeah, Houston's not going to fleece these guys. Not for Luis Robert. Yeah. Mm-mm. Not for Luis Robert. Luis Robert's their franchise. Oh yeah, I would definitely watch out for Houston. Tiny Man's having a magical year, that's for sure. If the Yankees turn it on, they'll likely be the American League representative in the World Series. So we're allowed to recruit players that didn't make the wild card. Not now. You can't bring new players in now, Nelson. Not from major league players. You can't. Astros did get fleeced Blue Jays for Kikuchi. Yes, they did. Yeah. All right. You could stick with Luis Robert there, Willard. I could see him going to the Diamondbacks. Somebody like that. If he gets moved. I don't even know if they. I think they will move Crochet, but. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm not underestimating any team right now in the postseason. Yahoo, there's no doubt. I think it's not smart to underestimate any of these teams. They're all the best teams in baseball, so they got to be ready. But yeah, on the Tigers making the playoffs is definitely a great story. LG34, good evening. Yeah, it's not finalized yet, the trade, but they're closing in on it. Julius Randle to the Timberwolves for Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah, and this is 14 minutes ago, so it's still not finalized just yet. But that will be a blockbuster trade. Yeah, Towns. Okay, the addition of Towns would give the Knicks more flexibility in their lineup. Would come at a large long-term cost. He's under a 4-year, $220 million extension, in this season. He's due for me $49 million this year. Randall has a $28 million salary and a 30-player option for next year. DiVincenzo is in the second year of a 4-year, $46 million contract, including 11. So the Knicks would have to include more bodies to make the salaries match up. So expect another player or two to be added to this trade. It's going to be a monster trade. Monster trade. DiVincenzo did have the Nova connection. Yes, he did. Mm-hmm. Get him out there, Buckeye. Get him out there. Dante and Julie so far, they're going to have to add more players to make the salaries have to match up for the trade to go through. But that's definitely an upgrade for the Knicks, yeah. I appreciate that. Yeah, if anybody's not subscribed to this channel in here, please subscribe to the channel. If anybody hasn't hit the like button, please hit the like button. You know, it's magic number 1 for the Yankees now. The Guardians lost. So, and we got some exciting news for the Knicks. If anybody happens to be a Knicks fan, oh my God! And tomorrow, I will be previewing Sunday's football games. We'll do that tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to that too. So, and then obviously we'll recap the games on Sunday, baseball and football. The Knicks. If they finalize this trade, they'll definitely be the team to beat in the East. Yeah, I'd love to see them go up against the Celtics, man. Oh boy. I think Judge and Ohtani are both locked in for their MVPs of their division. Yep. Except that about $7 million. Okay. I'm guessing they'll be able to do that. If the Yankees, I'll be at the parade, Wink. If they win the World Series, I'll be at the parade. I've been to 4 of the parades. No, 5, excuse me. 96, 98, 99, 2000, and 2009. I've been to 5 of them. So I'll definitely be there, Wink. Nice, Stephen B. Nice, the fantasy football. Flying out to watch the Yankees, we haven't decided what team. Well, regardless of the cost, I prefer not the Astros. Nelson. Yeah, I hear you, Nelson. I'm with you 100%. Yeah, I think the Yankees are going to do whatever they can do to keep Juan Soto. They know. They worked on that trade for 2 years. They know it's going to cost a lot of money. Oh, yeah, I'll be at the parade if they win. No doubt. No doubt about it, man. Yeah, we get the home field. Dr. C, we win one more game out of the 2 games, or if the Guardians lose one of the 2 of the games, and we got home field. And that's it. So, has there ever been a Triple Crown MVP at the same? I'm guessing so, but I don't remember. The last Triple Crown was Miguel Cabrera, but I don't think he won the MVP that year. How many years? 13 or 14 years, I think, Wink. I think so. Well, he's definitely going to be pushed by Thibodeau, D-Train, on the defensive end. He's definitely going to get pushed. No doubt about that. And Mickey Mantle, you might be right, Jonathan. 12 years, 600. I mean, I'll take that. It's $50 million per. I'll take that. A lot of these contracts are ending like 39 or 40, so I wouldn't be surprised they got 14 years. Either way, I just hope he comes back here. Triple Crown MVP in 56. There you go, Jonathan. See how quickly Jonathan comes up with the intel? That's the Yoda, the 161, the wise man right there. Mitchell Robinson, McCarl, yeah. He's got to get healthy, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw my thumbnail yesterday. So where are the trolls? I had a big cricket. So Cabrera won the Triple Crown in 2012, but I wasn't. I don't know if it was an MVP as well. I think they're going to add an opt-out wink instead of a no trade clause. Like if you give him a 12-year deal, I would add an opt-out after like 6 years or 7 years. And if he wants to opt out at 31, 32, then I'll let him walk at that point. That's what I would do. I'll take 6 or 7 of his prime years any day of the week. And that'll be with the majority of Judge's years, majority of Cole's years. I would do that all day, any day. That's just me. I would give him an opt-out app instead of an out trade clause. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I would add the Dodgers just because they have the resources, but so, Miguel Cabrera won MVP and Triple Crown. Okay, there you go. Well, there it is. Yeah, man. Yastrzemski. I can see him using his opt out, but the Yankees can void it just by giving another year to the deal. There's a clause in his contract that allows the Yankees to avoid the opt out completely by adding a 10th year to the deal. So I would be fine with that. Issues of the Yankees be considered as hate. By what do you mean by hate? By fans? You mean by fans? Um, I think they're going to add a year to Cole's deal too. So this is the offseason where he can opt out. So I don't think the Dodgers get Soto either. They need to focus on pitching. Don't be surprised if they make a big run at Corbin Burns either. Don't be surprised. Yeah, man. Same thing, ALG. Yeah. Yeah. It's been so many so many trolls that come and hate on Boone and hate on Cashman, and they're fed with this. They're fed this by a couple of channels who peddle anti-Boone and anti-Cashman stuff pretty much every day, no matter what. When the Yankees are winning or losing, right? So, Maz is in place. What's good? It's not finalized yet, Mazza. We're talking about Carl Anthony, but it's close. It's close. I'm refreshing here to see. Yeah, they're still closing in on the trade. They have to get the finances a little bit more lined up. Looks like they have to add another $7-8 million in contracts to make the math add up. But that's a huge trade for the Knicks. Yep. Soto's going to be 26 in October. So yeah, they also don't understand that it's not that easy to win the World Series. The game has gotten more competitive, and it's gotten the Yankees pay more money in revenue sharing than any other team. So there's a lot of things working against the Yankees too, and not everybody wants to sign here. Not everyone wants to be traded here, and people keep making these baloney excuses. Like Cashman can just trade whatever for whoever he wants. He can just kind of call, "Hey, I want your guy." Send them over. Like it doesn't work that way, and we're fed this crap from channels. It's the same channels all the time too that do this. So and it is what it is. You don't have to be a fan of Boone or Cashman, but you know what I'm saying. Like they're people that come on here and trash them all the time, and it comes from one or two channels, the same channels all the time. It's been that way for years. They trash them on almost an everyday basis, no matter what. So they don't bring any value to the viewers, any value to the content. That's all they do. It's up to them. They want to do that, go right ahead. I just, I don't do it here. I don't say people can't do it. I don't block people. I have a feeling that way, but I'm not going to be peddling that same trash that other people peddle all the time. So it doesn't bring anything to the discussion. Nothing at all. You know. I'm telling you, man, home field is talk to see Yankees. Yeah, Yankee Stadium's gonna be hopping, man. It's gonna be loud. You know. And if we gotta make Soto's dream come true, we gotta get him a ring here. We gotta get him a ring. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of people in Sicilian. Like Greg Maddux turned down a deal from the Yankees, and Ken Griffey turned down. Like a lot of players didn't want to play for the Yankees. And I'm not surprised. That's normal. That's all right. I I'm curious to see how Towns fits here too. I'm curious to see. I mean, let's see. I'm gonna pull up his stats here. He's 28 years old. He averaged 21.8 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 3 assists. 50% field goal percentage. So he's offensively he's pretty solid. Let me take a look at his blocks. Uh, averages about a block a game, so it's not a ton. Averages about 10 rebounds a game. So he'll definitely be aggressive in the paint, but we'll see. We'll see. And if you get somebody like Mitchell Robinson, who's probably a little bit more aggressive on the defensive end to complement them, that's pretty damn good. Chat means some guys just needed a rest, man. It's not that big a deal. Not that big a deal. Yeah, Sosa and yeah. And Greg Maddux took less money to sign with the Braves. Yeah, Robin. Yeah, Judge Colt Soto. I would agree. So yeah, Monument Park. I would agree. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't expect that trade today. Yeah, I did not expect this trade. That's pretty big if it goes through. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Wolves just got some salary flexibility, so and the Knicks have the finances, so and that's that would be the second huge move that the Knicks have made. So and they need to make those types of moves in order to get deep into the playoffs. Yeah, Jalen Brunson, he took a discount, um, and Mikal Bridges, right? Huh? Now they got this guy too, Town. So that's freaking crazy. But again, like the Yankees, they clinched the division. Uh, Charlotte is going to be the third team in this trade. Sources told ESPN. Oh, really? Charlotte. Okay. It's 52. CZ. And Judge 45. Cole 22. So I'll be okay with that. I think CC is going to go into the Hall of Fame as a Yankee. I hope he does. I hope he goes first ballot too. Uh, yeah, Judge he had a $360 million deal from the Giants. He had a $400 million deal from the Padres. But Hal called him and he made the deal. Gave him that ninth year. No. Yeah, Scooble's gonna be ridiculous. He's gonna be ridiculous. Yeah, CC and Ichiro are on this ballot next up in the Hall of Fame. I see both of them getting in. So CC as a pitching coach. I would like to see him at the very least as a spring training, like instructor or advisor come in here, and I like Matt Blake, but CC, I would like to bring CC's aura here at some capacity at the Yankees. If it's pitching coach, it's pitching coach. If it's something, I like to get him there, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. But that's what I got for you, gang. So let's Ichiro. I would agree 100%. CC and Ichiro both first ballot. Super Ichiro. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ichiro is the next unanimous player with Rivera. Tigers versus Orioles. Yeah, would they line it up to that? It's Burns versus Scooble. I don't know. I'm curious. We'll see. We'll see. Either way, it's going to be interesting. But I would expect Judge to be back in there tomorrow. Probably Stanton. I would imagine it on even Wells. They're probably going to put him back in there tomorrow against Skeens to try to lock this thing up, home field, and the bye. So I would expect to see most of those guys in there tomorrow. Ichiro is unbelievable. Unbelievable. But he does, Stephen B. Yeah, he does. But that's it, gang. So thank you guys for coming on. Yeah, the Yankees lost 4-2, but Rodon was pretty solid. He only even gave 2 back-to-back home runs, but he held them down. He held them down. The first, yeah, you're right, C. Morales. He will be. Yeah, the Tigers. They're kind of like they're feeling like the Diamondbacks from last year. They're gonna run the table on some teams, and even the Padres feel like that. If Padres feel like the Diamondbacks, the Tigers feel like the Texas Rangers. So like the Cinderella teams this year. But have a great night, everybody. We'll be back here tomorrow. It's Paul Skeens versus Luis Hill. So let's get ready tomorrow afternoon. All right, let's hopefully celebrate a win. We'll be live afterward. Hopefully, I'll see you all there. Have a great night, everybody. Peace and love. Over and out.